A Pug Named Pickles. There once was a pug named Pickles, who when he licked your nose it would tickle. He would walk all around to meet all the people from town, hoping to get a handful of kibble. Now Pickles was a curious sort, and he could get into tight places because he was short. He had a zest for adventure, no matter the weather. He even had his own pug passport. So one curious day, I believe it was in May, Pickles the pug set out for a walk. The sun was shining bright, birds were singing with all their might, as Pickles pranced about on the sidewalk. Pickles then heard a sound and started to look left, right, up and down, but couldn't figure out where the sound was coming. Then all of a sudden a bird flew down, coughing and wheezing, such a frightful sound, as he stumbled and landed with his nose all runny. "Mr. Birdie, are you okay?" Pickles asked. "You don't look so well today." The bird looked up and introduced himself. "Hello, Pug. My name is Billy." "Well, my name is Pickles, and you seem rather ill. Is there something I can do to help stop your chill?" "Well, that's mighty kind of you, Pickles," Billy said, "but it's more complicated than you know. I've never been sick before, not in 15 springs, summers, falls, or winter snows. There's so many smokestacks spraying smoky stuff in the air, it's getting harder for us birds to breathe, and I have to rest more often than I choose to care. And so you see, Pickles, that is why I am ill. That is why I have a cough, a runny nose, and a chill. There's something wrong with the air, something creating this despair. I wish the big birds at the top would stop and one day learn to care, and realize that oxygen should be the only element we breathe from up there." "Well, that makes me angry, and that makes me sad," Pickles said. "Billy, you hang in there, you get some rest, and be a good lad. I've got an idea, just give me a few days. I will stop whomever's been naughty in making the air so grave." "Thank you," Billy said. "It would mean a lot to all of us birds, so we can one day fly free again across this awesome earth."
One day we'll be healthy and free. I can't wait. I love this clean air. I don't want the black lung pop. That rocks. Fly free. Fly free.
And so Pickles carried on with his day, thinking about how to help Billy and all the birds in different ways. Pickles then stopped at a park where he could think. He began to lie down when all of a sudden hundreds of ants yelled, "Don't lie here, Mr. Pug. This is our ant mound." Pickles quickly jumped up and looked down at the ants, and quickly apologized for making them all dance. The leader of the ants said, "No worries, mate. It all worked out. Thank goodness for my brothers and sisters all yelling, 'cause we sure can shout. My name is Army of the Ants, and what do you call yourself, Master Pug?" "I'm just a pug named Pickles. Short, strong, and stout," Pickles replied. Pickles asked, "I've never seen you here before. Did you just move in?" Arnie replied, "Yes, Pickles, we moved in yesterday from the last place we had been. We hope this hill works out, and we can stay here a while. You see, we ants are pretty tired from moving from pile to pile." "Well, why all the moving?" Pickles asked with concern. Arnie replied, "There's been so many chemicals dumped it makes our little ant eyes burn. And then some of my cousins were born with 5 eyes, some with 12 legs, and some without smiles. So we had to get away to build a new life, away from the big ants who spray us. How do they sleep at night?" "Well, that makes me angry, and that makes me sad," Pickles said. "Arnie, you hang in there, you get some rest, and be a good lad. I've got an idea, just give me a few days. I will stop whomever's been naughty in making the ground so bad." "Thank you," Arnie said. "It would mean a lot to us ants, for one day we'll be healthy, and all ants deserve that chance." Pickles rose up from the grass with even more resolve, knowing helping the birds and ants would be a bit tricky to solve. But there's one thing you should know about when dealing with a pug. You see, when a pug sets their mind to something, they will not stop. "And one day our eyes won't burn anymore. I can't wait. Yippee! Super! I'm in. Me too." So Pickles carried on, ending up in a field near a barn. And as he explored further in, he realized he was on a farm. You see, Pickles had been walking a while and was getting rather hungry. And what perfect timing it was being surrounded in a field of corn and broccoli. Pickles figured he could take a break and have a little something to eat. But as Pickles opened up his mouth, a voice cried out, "Mr. Pug, don't eat that leaf!" Surprised by the voice that was trying to warn, Pickles turned around to see it was a little cob of corn. Pickles said, "Ma, you have a loud voice for being so little," the corn yelled back.
You better believe I do, being stuck here in the middle. Trapped between bigger husks than me, it sure gets tough and hard to breathe. If I didn't learn to speak up, and speak up real loud, then everything I'd say would get completely drowned out.
"Well, I hear you loud and clear, my friend. My name is Pickles, and what is yours?" Pickles asked.
My farm friends call me Carl. That is my name. Yes, Carl, I am sure.
"So if you don't mind me asking, what is wrong with that leaf?" Pickles inquired.
Oh, Pickles, it's not real, Carl replied. It's been modified. It might even have teeth.
"Oh my!" exclaimed Pickles. "I'm sorry to hear that. For on the outside it looks quite good, but I can't believe the inside is so bad."
I know, Carl sighed. It's been a tough time for some vegetables and fruits, for some of us don't know how we got here. All I remember is bright lights, needles, and folks in white suits. Pickles, I know I'm not real, but I want to be real inside, Carl pleaded. I don't ever want to hurt anyone. I never asked to be modified. I used to wear blue jeans, but now I wear red, green, purple, and black. My jeans have been changed so many times. Will they find their way back? I don't know who I am anymore, Pickles, Carl said. Can I even call myself Corn? Can you help me get labeled and let all the people be warned? I sit here in this field all alone every night, hoping I can do something to help make things right.
"Well, say no more, my friend, for I'm about to make a noise," Pickles said, "that will be heard across the earth, heard by every corn girl and corn boy. This pug has got your back, Carl, and I will go speak with Big Corn to show them the only kingdom they rule is built on greed, control, and scorn. And though this makes me angry, and this makes me really sob, Carl, you hang in there, you get some rest, and be a good cob. I've got an idea. Just give me a few days. I will stop whomever's been hurting all the maize."
Thank you, Carl said. It would mean a lot to us all. I hope one day to be a real cob of corn and wearing clean jeans so I can stand tall.
"You can count on me, Carl, my newfound cobby corn friend, for one day we will turn the tide, and all the plants of this earth will be pure again."
We will one day be cobby corn clean. Can't wait to taste great. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Got some? I want to be me.
Pickles quickly ran off from the farm, moving as fast as a train, sounding an alarm. With so many ideas still running through his little pug brain, he could no longer just sit back. He knew he must create change. He had to find a way to do it without creating blame. As Pickles hurried back home, he wished he had his phone, so he could call his neighborhood friends. Pickles' plan is to gather the brightest of minds, to head to the nation's capital and inform them of these crimes, and plead to the big ones that the earth must be clean if we are to survive. So Pickles hurried home to get ready his finest suit. He passed the schoolyard and local pond, but stopped when he heard a toot. Pickles walked up to the water, looked up, down, and yonder, but he couldn't pinpoint the sound. He heard the toot again once more and yelled out, "Hello out there! Can you tell me what you're tooting for?" The voice tooted back,
Please, please, I've been swimming in this garbage for such a long time. It's such a tight squeeze. I think I'm losing my mind.
Pickles then ran over to move some of the garbage away, and underneath was a fish with big bright eyes, skin of blue, yellow, and gray. The fish, ever so grateful, tooted back,
Oh, thank you very much, you fine little pug. If there's anything I can get for you, you just name it. A chew toy, a ball, a hug.
"Well, a hug might be hard, as you only have fins," Pickles said. "But why don't we start with introductions, smiles, and a breaking of bread?" The fish stated,
I'm Francis the fish, and please tell me yours, O pug saver of lives.
"Well, my name is Pickles, Francis, but don't come too close, as last time I got near a fish I broke out in hives." "What happened here, Francis? This pond is a mess. And how come your voice toots so much? Something wrong with your chest? Pickles asked.
Well, Pickles, I'm sorry to say that so much garbage has been dumped here. It's hard to breathe and swim with so much in the way. And as for my voice, I think I swallowed a tiny horn. But I thought it looked like food, Pickles. I thought it was corn.
Well, remind me to introduce you to my friend Carl, Pickles said. But he's not for the eating, just for talking to and greeting. But he is a good friend who needs my help too. I intend to help you and my other friends, Francis, as sure as this pug can do. And it makes me angry for what they've done is so shady, Pickles said. Now, Francis, you hang in there. Get some rest, my dear lady. I've got an idea. Just give me a few days. I will stop who's dumping in your pond.
Oh, wonderful, Francis said. It would mean a lot to us all, as we fish share a common bond. We hope we can have a clean home, an idea of which I'm fond. One day the water will be clean. Hip, hip, hooray! I'm tired of eating plastic. No more garbage. What a relief! Thank you, Pickles, for what you're about to do is really great, Francis said. I will tell all my fish friends and spread the word to every pond, stream, and lake. We want to swim free again and breathe the cleanest of water and be well enough so all fish families can raise healthy fish sons and daughters.
Pickles waved his paw goodbye as Francis perked up and winked her eye. Then Pickles hurried home with much resolve and passion. When he got home, he called his friends and said, "We've got to help the world again, so take a bath, clean up, and break out your finest fashion. For tomorrow we face the big birds, ants, cobs, and fishes. It's onward to the capital, my friends, so before bed tonight, please put forth good wishes." The Big Ones. For what we do tomorrow is bigger than one pug, bird, ant, corn, cob, or fish. If we can't get the big ones to change their ways, it won't be a happy life to live. We can't let that happen, and we'll figure out a way. I've got a plan ready to go, so sleep tight, and I'll see you on the train, Pickles declared. The next morning the sun rose with a big bright blast and burst, as a couple thousand pugs, bugs, plants, animals, trees, foods, and fish all rushed excitedly to get on the train first. "We believe in you, Pickles," they shouted as they boarded the trains. "I believe in you too, my friends," Pickles replied. "Now let's put an end to the big one's game. My super pug nose smells something afoot, and I do believe it's change."
We believe in you!
They were silent as they boarded, like you could hear everyone thinking, as Pickles kept a smile on his face while one eyelid kept winking. It seemed Pickles was nervous, but still positive as a bright green pea. You see, a pea comes into the world being sure of itself, happy with its size and who it will be. The train left the station, en route to the heart of the nation, where our ancestors built the world we live in today. But Pickles knew if they were alive, then they would not jive with how we've let the respect for our planet and people all slip away, as Pickles quietly rehearsed what he was planning to say. A few hours later, the train pulled in the station, arriving at the heart of the nation, as Pickles and friends got off and marched toward the Capitol doors. At the entrance stood two cockapoo. One was red, the other blue. Their names were Harvey and Sue. They greeted Pickles and said, "Hello there, Mr. Pug and friends. How do you do?" Pickles said, "We've got to see the big ones, you see. There's some not-so-nice things going on in the world, and we cannot let this be." Harvey asked, "Do you have an appointment? Because the big ones are a big, busy bunch." Pickles replied, "We don't have one, but what must be said is too important to not let us in, and besides, we brought you lunch." "Lunch, you say?" the cockapoos excitedly replied. Why, of course, Mr. Pug and friends. Do come in. Please walk this way. We haven't had anyone bring the big ones lunch in 3 years, 5 months, and 1 day." Pickles and friends followed Harvey and Sue across the main hall, where marvelous statues, paintings, and sculptures brilliantly shined and stood tall. The ceilings were high as a big mountain top. Pickles looked up and thought to himself, "My, it must go on forever. Does it ever stop?" As they reached the big one's chamber door, Sue asked Pickles, "Are you ready, Master Pug, for what's in store?" "You betcha, Sue. This is what I came here to do. And remember, what we're here to talk about affects you too." Cockapoo. The doors swung open and they all marched in, nervous but confident that ultimately they would win. The big ones looked up, shocked by the sight of thousands of pugs, bugs, plants, birds, animals, trees, foods, and fish, all full of might. Harvey and Sue told the big ones that Pickles and friends have something important to say, and that they even brought lunch, so it made sense to let them stay. The big ones rolled their eyes and began to huff, puff, and rant. First huffed Big Finch, then puffed Big Fluke, and then ranted Big Ant. When their huffing and puffing was done, the big ones looked to their big boss, Big Tree. He was a big mighty pine who looked quite angry and mean, and he knew it was time to take control of this scene.
I'll take control of this scene. We got your back. Yeah, show 'em who's boss. All you, big guy. Do it, big boss.
Big Tree then made a loud noise that rumbled throughout the chamber. It shook the desks, the windows, and across the room flew piles of paper. Every one in the room became silent, still, and scared, as Big Tree loudly asked,
"What is the meaning of all of you breaking in here?"
Pickles bravely walked forward, announcing his name. He stated he came as Speaker for the Earth he was here to save.
"Speaker for the Earth? What gives you the right?"
Big Tree belched. "I'm here to tell you you can't hurt our home, and we will not go down without a fight," Pickles exclaimed. "But we will fight you with words, and we will fight you with our hearts, for I believe reason is the only way we will make a new start." Big Tree and fellow big ones, I need a moment of your time, and please enjoy the lunch we brought you as we discuss your crime. Now, many of you big ones live well on your big lands, ponds, and farms, but you have a responsibility to all of us little ones down here to commit no harm. Can't you see that this is wrong and unfair, while myself and my friends can't eat clean food, live clean lives, and breathe clean air? Tell me, oh tell me, big ones, do you even care? Please tell us you care, Pickles pleaded. Please don't throw our planet away. Look at what's happened under your big control, and we can no longer afford to play this game. No one here is above anyone else, for we are all the same. Do you have children of your own, big ones? Pickles asked. Do you want them to have a better life, and to inherit a world that is healthy, so you may feel proud of what you've left behind?
We hear you, Pickles,
the big ones rumbled. But can you prove any of your claims, instead of pointing fingers and giving us big ones all the blame? It's funny you should ask, because I have brought you all a surprise, Pickles said. Allow me to introduce to you, big ones, a few friends of mine. This is Arnie's cousin, an ant with 5 eyes, 9 legs, and no smile. He walks in circles, looks sad, and getting places takes him a while. This is Billy the bird, who can't fly, and whose lungs have turned black. He'd give anything to breathe clean air and fly with the wind at his back. Here's Carl, the cob of corn, whose insides were changed. Now his corncob genes are all messed up while you big ones gain. And this fish here has 3 heads, 6 gills, and swims slow. She needs you to stop dumping garbage and destroying their homes. Pickles asked, Big ones, can you please look my friends in the eye? What gives you the right to hurt the food, land, sea, and sky? We've never had to hurt our planet and one another like this before. Big ones, oh big ones, can't you see you must change? Please don't do this anymore. Is this what you wanted for our planet and friends? Do you realize what you've done, that our end will be your end? Do your children like to swim, dig, fly, cob around and play? Do you understand that you have no right to throw our world away? As Pickles finished, the big ones fell to their knees, crying on the ground. They cried so much, it made a lake. Some were worried they might drown. One by one, they each rose up and said, We have seen the error of our ways. Pickles and friends, we big ones are so deeply sorry and so very ashamed. Big Fluke exclaimed, How are we so blind? Why did we put the earth in this crunch? Then Big Ant cried out, And we are grateful for the respect you have shown us, Pickles, and you've shown us how to care. You even brought us lunch.
We're so ashamed. We're so sorry. Can you forgive us? We'll do better.
So where do we go from here? Pickles asked. How do we make things right? The big ones then said, "We'll start by getting teams of change together, and we'll start right away. In fact, tonight. Big fluke, call big dump. Big ant, call big land. Big corn, call big lab, and big farm, and big finch, call big air." The big ones shouted to each other, "We will change our ways. We will stop the hurt. We promise, we swear, we pledge, we will show you our worth. And we will help you, Pickles, and we will help all your friends, and we will fight for this earth together, and we will not let our earth end. You have shown us what is right. You have shown us from your heart," Big Tree humbly said. "We are no better than you. We are the same, and we will rise up to do our part. We will help heal the earth, its sky, water, food, farms, and land. We will walk again as brothers and sisters in love and in respect of our earth, hand in hand." Pickles and his friends all cheered, yelled, and jumped for joy. "Let's go home to tell everyone the good news, celebrate, and play with our toys," Arnie the ant shouted. And so, Pickles and friends returned home heroes and were thrown a recyclable ticker tape parade, along with an organic farm food picnic and a town gathering to discuss the plans that were made. And so things did change in time. The air became clean, the land and water pure, the farms and the food were repaired, and the hurt was no more. And Pickles, Billy, Arnie, Carl, and Francis all retired with their families on a farm with a pond, a barn, and a grass-field front lawn, where Pickles would lie down at the end of each day and gaze in wonderment and awe. They were grateful for their families and proud of what they left behind, for all their children are now super senators and make sure all future big ones are kept in line. The earth is now fixed, and the world is happy, healthy, and free. It's always how Pickles the Pug knew it could be. So remember, my friends, if you want to make a difference and help our planet shine, just go and create that change the way Pickles did. One heart at a time.
Times are feeling tough. People, time to read the signs. If you wanna change, it comes by looking inside. How do you change the world? How do you change our world? How do you change a world that's running out of time? Oh, the only way to change the world, the way to change the world is one heart at a time. Sound just where you stand and on what's out of that line. People, it's time to make some real change in the way we live and act toward one another and the planet today. People, I know some of you feel hurt, but if you heal your heart, then you'll feel your worth. And people from all across this land will stand as one and bring forth a new plan. And then you'll change the world. You'll help change the world. Help change the world that's running out of time. Yeah, well, the only way to change the world, the only way to change the world, the way to change the world is one heart at a time. One heart change this world. We will change the world. We can change the world one heart at a time. One heart at a time. One heart at a time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your caring. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
We are all here for a little while, so ask yourself what you want to do. Do you want to be a friend to the earth, so others can enjoy it too? Think about all the different beings that have ever lived on this earth, for what you do with your time will always have great value and great worth. And if you ever face a big challenge, or are feeling scared, weak, or small, then you rise up and face it with your big heart, that is all. And when you finally succeed at making that big one fall, then you'll see, like I did, that some big ones aren't so big after all. Take a moment each day to look in a mirror, and soon you will discover that things in life become clearer. Everything you think you are, everything you've been told to be, will no longer be what is true the more you stand in front of me. I am the mirror, your friend forever and true. When you look at me, you'll always see who you really are and know what you are here to do.